All right, my friends, welcome back. Wanted to test a few things on the Tropeo. Gonna share them with you. Does melee affect the cannon? I'm gonna tell you, no, it doesn't. But I'll show you how I determine this. I have 2 Gigas to test on, and then I have 4 Tropeos. 2 with max armor saddles, 2 with Primi saddles, and then 2 that have no points leveled into melee, and 2 that have all their points leveled into melee. We have 2 Gigas. They're both level 1s, but this one has no saddle. We're gonna unclaim it. So no armor buff. And then this one has a 110 armor saddle, which is very realistic to get on official PvP. And so we'll unclaim that as well. For whatever reason, if they're claimed, I can't see the damage, so we'll unclaim them. And we'll get started on the level 1 Tropeo with just a primitive 100 damage saddle. Should be this one, I think. Yeah. Okay. We're going to hit the Giga with no saddle. Got to get a little bit close to see the number. 142. Now we'll hit the Giga with the 110 armor saddle. 31. So as you can see, a huge difference. And then if it's mate boosted, it's another 30%. If there's a rider on, it's another 30%. That, you know, if they have 100% imprint. So as you can see, the damage really scales down if you just have a primitive saddle. Now we'll do the same thing with the primitive saddle, but with the one that has all melee. So swap it out. This is the... let's see. This is it. Nope, that's 500. We don't want the 500 yet. We want the all melee primitive saddle. It's this one. Make sure we got our gas and our grenades. And here we go. .107, which I think depending on where you hit it, it does more damage. We'll try the one with the saddle now. Oh, I killed myself, but 52. 52 that time. Oh, God. But as you can see, a difference of 175 to 791. And there was no real difference in the amount of damage we did. So let's try it now with the 500 armor saddle with just the level 1 but 500 armor saddle. Put a little more grenades in there. Oh, wrong one, actually. No. I'm just gonna hop off of it. Anyway, that was the level 1 with the Primi saddle. We need the 500, level 1 with 500. It's this one. Throw our gas and our grenades in there. All right, so watch the difference now that I'm using the 500 damage saddle. Try not to kill myself this time. So 471 that time versus like 130, 120, 110. Now let's watch on the one that has the saddle. Huge difference. 109, so that actually broke 100. Now granted, this isn't gonna like, you're not gonna rage a Giga with this damage. 260. That's not going to rage a Giga, but just to give you an example of how much more damage you do. Did we see that one? So that did 1,000. So headshots seem to do the trick, or it might just be like how much of the blast is on the body. That did 1,000. I missed that one. That did 1,000. And so it seems to be capped at 1125. Oh, almost killed myself with that one. Let's flip it around here. We're actually at a stam, so we'll stam up. So 1125 was the consistent highest we got. Waiting on this to stam up. And then on this one, 119. Try again. Try to go for more of a headshot. 260, and then so 260 is what we saw before. 260, so it seems like 260 is the cap on that. So 1125 and 260 with that really good saddle. So it's not really going to do a whole lot. Now let's try it with all melee and a 500 damage saddle. .440, which we should be getting. We want to get 1125. That is 1125. So there's your 1125 again. 1125 was the most amount of damage we could have possibly gotten. And the other one should be 260. Let me get a good angle here. Oh, 146, hang on. Definitely seeing that if you get a headshot, it's more. There's your 260. There's your 260 again. So there it is. I mean, as you can see, 1125 and 260. Our numbers are pretty consistent with the other saddle. And so as you can see, melee does not affect the amount of damage that the weapon shot does on the saddle. So this thing, it might be good for bullying. Like, I guess we really jacked up this Giga after shooting it so many times. Let's see if this one's even bloody. The one with the saddle doesn't even look bloody. Yeah, I mean, there's only like 4,000 gone from it. So, I don't know. And, you know, it's possible. What I think also is that it might be hitting it more than one time. Like the grenade, it might show that one number, but maybe it's hitting it more than one time. So let's record the... So 13,700 is what we have right now, roughly. 13,700. Let's hop on the Tropeo real quick. 13,700 and see if that 260 is exactly what's coming out. Because it might be hitting it in multiple spots and we're not seeing that. So 13,700. Plus it's healing. Oh, missed it. I shot the wrong one. We want to get the 260. 260 damage. That was 111. Okay, so 111. So we should be at 13,600. Let's see where it's at. Should be at 13,600. So yeah, we're at like 13,500 something. So right around that amount. But let me try one more thing. So we're at 13,500. I think if you get a headshot, it does like multiple shots on the body, but let's just test that real quick. 13,500 is where we're at. Try to go for a headshot this time. There, that was a max. So 260, so we should be at 13,200 and change. Let's see where we're at. 13, okay, so yeah, it definitely did more than the 260. I think it depending on where you hit it, it does multiple hits of the 260 maybe. So perhaps it did 2 hits of 260, but it doesn't change the fact that the damage doesn't change. And it seems like the explosive area of this is pretty good. So like as an example, let me shoot like kind of a little bit away from the Giga at the ground. See if we still get a damage number. Okay, so we didn't get a damage number there. Oh, out of grenades. Let's see how close we have to be to get a damage number. That right there. So we didn't even get a damage number there. Didn't get a damage. So we're not hitting, but you know what? It's not giving us a damage number, but we might still be hitting it. So let's check its health. It was at 13. It was a little over 13K. It was like 13 and change. Just jump off. That's all. Yeah. That's all you got to do on those. 13 and change. Oh, ha! No wonder we weren't getting damage numbers. We didn't unclaim it. So 13-1 right now. 13-1. Like I said, I wasn't able to actually get damage numbers if it was claimed. It was really weird. So let's try again. Same test. I goofed up on the test. More grenades in here. 13-1. Because it's healing. We'll try to do this splash damage test. So that didn't do anything. Actually, you know what? Let's check real quick and see if the number didn't pop up, but if it still got hit. No, no, turn off, turn off! Don't worry, you'll do that plenty of times if you haven't flown this thing. Alright, let's just hop off. That's what we're gonna do. Claim it. We were at 13-1. Yeah, so we didn't take any damage from that. Confirmed. Unclaim. We're in the high. We're 13-1-6, so we're almost 13-2. Let's see if we can get some splash damage on this thing. Oh, killed the PT. It's 260. That wasn't really splash, but let's just confirm it actually did 260 or if it did multiple hits of 260. Okay, so is that 13.2-ish? So yeah, definitely. It might say that one hit marker at 260, but it's getting multiple hit markers. So even on this 110 armor saddle, we did 2 hit markers of 260. As you can see, it went from 13.160 or 13.2 down to 12.6, 12.7-ish. So we got multiple hit markers. So it may be, just from that standpoint, it may be worth air to ground if you have a really good saddle, because 500, this is a 500 damage saddle. It's probably not realistic to get on official. I mean, I've seen some high 200s and low 300s, but 500 is kind of pushing it. But you know what? I wonder if the imprint, well, if it doesn't affect the damage, I don't know that the imprint will help, but if the having an imprint on it helps, then that would be another interesting test. Let's see if we can get another splash damage hit in. Try this again. Okay, so that was a good splash damage hit. It wasn't a direct hit. We still got 260 in splash. We didn't get it there. Yeah, so it's got to be close, but you do get decent splash damage though, as we can see. So that was splash, and so it wasn't a direct hit. It's still hitting it, so it's kind of nice. It would be nice if you could rage a Giga, but I don't think it's going to be possible. Let's spam on this and see if we can rage it. Oh, nope. Killed it. All right, we killed that one. Let's see. No. Need more grenades. We killed the other one. Yeah, the armor is definitely a good thing against this, but obviously if you're in a Giga fight, you're going to have a good saddle. Don't know if we got close to raging it. I don't think so. Not with hundreds of damage. You kind of need like a few thousand in a few seconds to rage it. So, not... Definitely picking away at it, though. I mean, I think that if you're persistent, you might at least spook somebody. But again, if they're mate boosted, which in a Giga fight they will be, and then if they have a rider who's imprinted, you know, that's a lot more damage resistance. So, I guess just food for thought. But ultimately, the main goal is to determine that melee does not affect the grenade damage for Tropeo. So do not level melee on this thing unless you're actually going to be trying to bite something, which I mean, if you are, I don't know why you would do that, but I'm going to use this Giga though. Anyway, guys, appreciate you watching. I hope this is helpful. Definitely, my recommendation for Tropeo on official is 1,000 to 1,200 stam, which is it's a lot for Tropeo, because you're not using a whole lot of stam when you're in rocket boost, and then the rest into health. Try to get as much health as you can. You could get away with less stam. I like to have a decent amount, but you know, as you can see, these ones, you know, you can still, these only have the base stam. As you can see, like this is with the maximum thruster. The stam's going down pretty fast, but if you turn the thruster down to just normal, it's not too bad. And also, I just bit a couple times on accident. And this is only 260 stams, so like, and at this speed you can fly for a while. When you turn on these burners or you bite or anything like that, it uses a lot of stam. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts. Have you seen success with this? Until next time.